Welcome back to Casual Bias Rugby, match week 1 of the Rugby World Cup, done and dusted. And I mean, mixed feelings about some of the games, but I mean, overall, good start to the tournament. Very excited how everything turns out. A couple of upset victories that I didn't expect. We got 2 wrong overall. So 6 out of 8. Not too bad, not too shabby. Almost turned the channel from Casual Bias Rugby into the Rugby Guru. But we move on. Starting off, we had New Zealand versus France. There's a bit of mixed feelings because I said it was a decent game for World Cup opener. I didn't expect it to be fluent running rugby because that's not the game you play against France. But I thought both teams had positive takeaways, both teams with some negative takeaways, if you could say it like that, but or mistakes that were brought to the floor. Of course, both teams have quite a couple of injuries, to be fair. But I think it was an overall good game, good start. Of course, this tells us France are topping the group, New Zealand's coming second. Of course, Italy didn't play bad themselves. But I'm not going to jump on that train of Italy to pull a upset victory over New Zealand. So in my opinion, was a fair start to the game. Moving on, fair start to the tournament. Moving on, we got Italy versus Namibia, the Saturday games. And I mean, this was a walkover victory. Namibia looked like I think it was in the 50th or the 60th minute. There was a camera shot on one of the forwards of the Namibians, and it looked like they were dying. 52-8. I mean, it was just abomination. It was obliteration, domination, whatever you want to call it. Well done to Italy. I mean, everyone knew Italy's going to win this game, but I think they looked very good for most parts of the game. Of course, there's always the chance that Italy could pull an upset victory over someone. I mean, just look at the history of Japan in Rugby World Cups. But Italy, well done. 52 points to the 8 of Namibia. Brilliant. Now, I mean, I hope Romania has some funeral cover, some life insurance, because they got smashed, they got killed in their game. 82-8. I mean, I said it in my TikTok video that I just posted. It just felt like it almost got boring by the end of it. And I mean, I don't mean this harsh to Ireland at all. It's said as a compliment. It got boring because it was rinse and repeat, the same thing. I mean, in the first 30 minutes, I think the score was something like 15-8. And then all of a sudden, everything changed. It was kickoff, running from the 22, score. Kickoff, running from the 22 and score. Kickoff, running from the 22 and score. Of course, Romania had the ball once or twice, got a line break. But I mean, it was a beatdown. It literally feels like I have to say rest in peace. Shout out to Ireland. I mean, to put 82 points past any team, doesn't matter if it's a good team or a bad team, it's very impressive. I think it's a statement victory. Johnny Sexton came back, looked like he didn't miss a day. Bundiaki looked absolutely brilliantly. Tight burn, running through people like it's nothing. Overall, very impressive performance. Just a total beatdown. Romania, when they had the ball at the end, when it was 75-8, and they were on their own 5-meter line, they should have just kicked it out. Because they're not getting any points. The best points they're getting is points difference. And I said every team will put 50 past them. And I mean, every team might just put 70 past them. It just looked like they had no defense whatsoever. Should have kicked the ball out. They got a gap, almost scored at the other end. Ireland turned it over and went to score with the counter-attack. I mean, seriously. Moving on, you got Australia versus Georgia, 35-15. Now, I've said it for a while, and of course it's only Georgia, but Georgia isn't a bad team. Georgia is a team that beat Wales. Was it at the start of the year or end of last year? They beat Wales. Now, of course, Wales weren't at the best of form, to be honest, but I mean, I've said it before. Eddie Jones have been getting the performances but it hasn't reflected in the scoreline, in the result itself. And now finally, you get a result, and it's a decent result to beat Georgia by 20 points. It's not too shabby, not bad at all. I mean, what's that number 15, McDonald? I think it was his debut. He scored a shitload of points. Yeah, just overall good performance. I think Australia will take a lot of confidence from this game. Like, a lot of confidence. And that group C, Pool C, is very interesting. Especially after last night's game. Moving on, you got the weirdest game of rugby I've ever seen. England versus Argentina. Now, I'm saying it's the weirdest game that I've ever seen because I'm going to do the unspeakable and actually give England a lot of credit, because I was not expecting England to win this game until about 5 minutes before the game. So, as you know, I'm a gambling man. I switched my bet. I cashed out and switched it to England to take the victory. I don't know why, just had that feeling. But I did not expect Argentina to be this bad. I mean, truly, it's probably one of the worst performances that I've seen in my lifetime. It just felt like there was no passion, no desire, nothing. But I mean, George Ford decided to become Johnny de Beer. Slot drop goals from wherever he is on the field. I mean, for the fly-half to score 27 points on his own is absolutely ridiculous. Shout out to him. I think the whole English team really put their hand up, especially after that red card came in. 14 men on the field, a beatdown victory. A statement victory. Yeah, I don't know, to who do you give the credit? To the coaching staff? To the players? Does it go overall? But I mean, I'll just give England credit. Brilliantly played. Well done to George Ford. Every one of them showcased some class. I truly hope they appeal the red card of Tom Curry, because in my opinion, that's a rugby collision. The game's gone soft if you think that's a red card. There was no malicious intent or whatever from Curry to hurt the players. So, moving on, you got Japan versus Chile. To be fair, I didn't watch the whole game. But Chile was in it after the first half. I think there was like a 6 points difference. Of course, Japan just ran away with it at the end. Yeah, but the victory was never in doubt, in my opinion. I think Japan has got far more experience. They know how to do it in World Cups. They could still pull off an upset victory over one of the teams. To like the way that Argentina played, I wouldn't be surprised if Japan goes on and beats Argentina. And I'm being very harsh on Argentina, and I really love Argentina, but it just felt almost like a despicable performance. So Japan, very good victory. Said it from the start that Chile isn't going to win this game, but I still to put 40 points past them after a slow start in the first half. Well done. Moving on to our boys, the Bokke versus Scotland. I bantered Scotland a lot, but I mean, from here on out, it's respect. I'm supporting the Springboks wearing the navy blue, if you understand what I mean. Scotland in the game after the first half. I was very impressed with them when it came to the physicality. Like, actually winning legit, scrum penalties, scrumming us backwards. I've never seen Frans Malherbe take a step back in his life. Overall, happy with the result. Good performance from the boys. Of course, not a perfect performance. Not clinical enough. I don't like to see us having this much domination in the first 20 minutes of games and having no points for it to show. You can't dominate for 20, 22, 25 minutes and only have 6 points. I would love to see us revert or throw some different tactics into the mix. Instead of chipping the ball over or grubbering through, slot back, hit the drop goal. Say thank you for your hard defense. We respect that, and we'll take 3 points with the drop goal. Even if you miss, just give them something different to think about instead of just trying to attack, and then just losing the ball. And then finally, to round it all off, Sunday evening, best game of the tournament this far. It's going to be hard to beat this game. 32 points to 26. Let me know first and foremost what you thought about the reffing in this game. I mean, Wales 17 penalties and just 1 card. Yeah, of course Fiji could have won it at the end, knocked the ball, but I mean, what a game. Brutal. joy to watch from start to finish, 32-26 to Wales. I predicted Fiji to actually win this game. And for in large parts of the game, I truly thought Fiji is going to win the game. There at the end, got my heart racing a bit. I thought in the first half, Fiji should have done a bit better, get a couple of more points. But overall, just an absolute joy to watch. Respect to both teams. I love the fact that I could hear on the mic Dan Bigger shitting on his players' heads for mucking around with the ball there at the end of the first half. Just get the ball out. Why are you trying to run the ball from 5 meters out whilst you've been under pressure? Just heave the ball out. It's a World Cup. Come on, boys. Anyway, that is the weekend roundup. Let me know what you thought about the games. I'll see you next time. Thank you.